The Bureau of Unspoken Promises by Tony Angelo. The letter arrived without ink, just an embossed seal pressed into blank paper. The Bureau of Unspoken Promises. No sender, no date. Only a single line at the bottom. Your promise has been recorded. Elias Ward stared at it for a long time. He hadn't made any promises recently. Not to anyone alive. The Bureau's building sat at the edge of the city, half hidden behind fog and scaffolding. It looked like a courthouse that had forgotten its verdicts. Inside, the air smelled of dust and rain. Every hallway echoed faintly, as if the walls were listening. A clerk greeted him with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. Name? Elias Ward. She typed something. You're early. For what? For your audit. I didn't schedule one. You don't have to, she said. Promises schedule themselves. They led him to a room lined with filing cabinets. Each drawer was labeled with a year. Each year had a name beside it. He found his own, Ward Elias, 1989-2026. Inside were folders filled with blank pages. Each page had a faint indentation, as if words had been written and then erased. He touched one. The paper was warm. A voice spoke behind him. Careful, it said. They remember pressure. He turned. A woman stood in the doorway, tall, pale, wearing a bureau badge. Her nameplate read Marjorie Hale. They're promises, she said. Every one ever made, spoken or not. Elias frowned. How can a promise be unspoken? Marjorie smiled. Intent leaves a mark. She handed him a folder labeled Unfulfilled. Inside was a single sheet of paper. Indented words shimmered faintly under the light. I'll come back. He felt his chest tighten. He'd said those words once, not aloud, but in thought, standing at his father's hospital bed. He never did come back. Marjorie watched him. The Bureau doesn't forget. I didn't mean it. That's what everyone says. It was just a thought. Thoughts are binding, she said. Speech only confirms them. Elias stared at the paper. What happens if I break it? She closed the folder. You already did. He followed her through the corridors. Each door they passed had a plaque, Department of Implied Vows, Division of Silent Regrets, Archive of Conditional Love. The air grew colder. The lights flickered. He heard whispers, faint, rhythmic, like breathing. What is this place? He asked. Marjorie stopped. It's where the world keeps its unfinished sentences. They entered a chamber filled with mirrors. Each mirror reflected a different version of Elias, younger, older, smiling, grieving. Each spoke in silence. Marjorie gestured to one. That's the moment you promised yourself you'd change. He watched the reflection. It looked back at him, disappointed. I didn't mean it, he said. Marjorie nodded. That's the Bureau's favorite kind. She handed him another folder. Category Transferred Promises. Inside was a letter addressed to him. Dear Elias, you promised to keep her safe. You didn't, so we did. He felt dizzy. Who? Marjorie said nothing. He flipped the page. A photograph fell out, a woman standing in the rain, holding an umbrella. He didn't recognize her, but she looked like someone he should have known. He turned to Marjorie. What is this? She's the recipient. Of what? Your unspoken promise. I never met her. You didn't have to, Marjorie said. Promises travel. The lights dimmed. The mirrors began to hum. Each reflection whispered a different phrase. Fragments of vows, apologies, confessions. I'll try harder. I'll never leave. I'll remember. Elias covered his ears. Make it stop. Marjorie's voice was calm. You can't stop what was never said. He ran. The corridors twisted, endless. Every door led to another hallway. Every hallway led back to the same room. He found himself standing before a desk. On it lay an envelope, glowing faintly. He opened it. Your promise has matured. Collection required. Marjorie appeared beside him. Her eyes were tired. It's time. For what? For fulfillment. I don't understand. She handed him a pen. Sign. What happens if I don't? She smiled. Then the Bureau keeps you. He looked at the paper. It was blank except for one line. I'll come back. He hesitated. Then he signed. The ink shimmered, then vanished. The room brightened. The mirrors went silent. Marjorie exhaled. It's done. He felt lighter, but also emptier. What did I just do? You kept your promise, she said. You came back. To what? To yourself. She handed him a final folder. Category released. Inside was a single page. Elias Ward. Promise fulfilled. Subject archived. He looked up. Archived? Marjorie nodded. Everyone who completes their promise becomes part of the Bureau. He frowned. You mean? She smiled. Welcome to your new department. The lights flickered. The walls shifted. The mirrors turned to filing cabinets. Marjorie's badge glowed, then faded. Elias looked down. A new badge appeared on his chest. Ward Elias, Department of Unfulfilled Intent. He heard footsteps. A clerk entered, holding a folder. New case, she said. Unspoken promise, category domestic. Elias opened the file. Inside was a letter addressed to Marjorie Hale. I'll come back. He looked up. The room was empty. Outside, rain began to fall. The bureau's lights flickered. Somewhere deep in the building, a drawer clicked open. Inside, a new folder slid into place. Hale, Marjorie, promise pending. And in the silence that followed, the bureau whispered to itself, we keep what's left unsaid.